Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the XE Pro 8040 extension kit for the FoxAlien XE Pro 4040. Stay tuned because I'm going to tell you all about the good, the bad, and the ugly about this machine, and even a little bit about the user error. So stay tuned, and here we go. There it is. Much better. Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're gonna be doing something pretty awesome that I'm really excited about. We're gonna be putting together the 8040 extension kit by FoxAlien. This is for the XE Pro that I have. Well, it's kind of hidden now with the box. Right there, which is gonna double the size in the, I believe it's the X-axis direction. So it's still gonna have the same depth, but it's gonna be a lot wider. It's gonna be double the size. So pretty excited about this. Let's go ahead and get this thing opened up, unboxed, check it out, see what's up on the inside. And then we're gonna go over here and put it together. I think what I'm gonna do is drag that thing off the wall and kind of set it back up in the center of my workshop. That way I can go ahead and build this thing a lot easier. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this thing opened up, check it out, see what's up on the inside, and get this thing built. Here we go. All right, so I got everything disassembled out of the box. You can see my pile of box over here. I'm pretty excited because there's not a whole lot of parts to deal with. Just came with this small bag of screws and a couple Allen keys. It looks like I have my X-axis supports here. This is my extra Y-axis support right here. This is the hybrid wasteboard, which is gonna be really awesome because it uses the T-tracks. Again, I don't use the T-tracks, but I'm thinking about trying to do something a little bit different, maybe ripping down some MDF and just gluing individual pieces, and then still having the option to do the tape and glue method, as well as having my T-tracks available. Over here I have my belts, and then last, here's the gantry for the X-axis. One thing that I've noticed, it comes with the linear rails already installed. So that is gonna be pretty awesome as well. And you can see right here it says 8040. But again, with those linear rails, what I'm gonna be able to do is tell the difference because, let me show you something. Over here on this machine, I do not have the linear rails installed as of right now. So I'm gonna be able to see the difference, what it is in the X-axis that it is to the Y-axis, and how loud or how different the smoothness is. So now what I'm gonna do is kind of disassemble this right now, and then go ahead and move my hose out of here, and then take this. Luckily we're on wheels, so I'll be able to move this out of the way, and let's go ahead and get the extension kit put on. Hopefully I'll be able to fit. I think I should be able to fit the machine on this table right here. The only thing is I'm gonna have to relocate this. This is gonna have to move. What I might actually do is make a little shelf right here, and then have the computer controller mounted onto that wall, maybe directly up underneath there so that it's out of the way. Hopefully this won't take too long. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use my phone right here. Let's go ahead and use my phone, and then I'm gonna set the timer, kick that off to the side, and then we'll go ahead and time how long it takes me to disassemble and assemble the extension kit. So, and that'll include everything as far as breaking it down. So basically at this point, from this point forward, let's go to timer. Let me go ahead and set up the camera, and then we'll hit start and go from there. All right, let's go ahead and hit this, set the timer right now. So this will be a real-time timer on how long it actually takes me to disassemble and reassemble the whole FoxAlien kit. So, all right, with that being said, let's go ahead and hit start. Begin. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I got everything done and disassembled. Let's see, hold on, 30 minutes. Let's stop that. 30 minutes and 30 seconds to basically get this whole thing disassembled, ready to go. Now, I will tell you, make sure that you put your screws in places that you can remember, because you're gonna pretty much reuse every single piece from the old machine, the old 4040, to rebuild basically your 8040. So all the old screws, don't lose them, don't strip them, don't do anything like that, don't throw them away. You're gonna need them. The other thing is on your gantry, I don't know if you noticed, but you gotta be careful, there's parts in here. You're gonna reuse this whole motor system in the gantry, as well as your X-axis NEMA motor. You're gonna have to take that out, disassemble it. That way you can put it back onto the new gantry, because everything is gonna basically be replaced. They don't send you new motors or anything like that. I think I'm ready for the build and start to assemble the 8040 extension kit. So with that being said, it shouldn't be too hard. I haven't even opened up my instructions, so let's just go ahead and start building. Let's start where we left off. So I am at 51 minutes even, and I got everything put together. I'm gonna tell you, I was gonna try to do this whole project with using just the tools that it came with, but I'm not gonna lie, my hands are almost killing me. So I would highly recommend that either you have better like T Allen wrenches than they give you, or just use a drill with an Allen key at the end. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stop the timer at 51.5 minutes. I'm gonna go find a drill bit, that way I can start doing that with a drill, because it's kind of a pain in the butt. So when we come back, we're gonna go ahead and start this project again using a hand drill. Much easier. All right, I got my drill, and I was only able to find one bit, but we'll go ahead and see how it does. Starting the timer back up, 51 minutes. All right, guys, so now the main build is done. I got it all done, and we are at, let's see, 1 hour and 16 minutes into this whole thing, from deconstruction to basically building it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not open, hold on, check this out. I didn't even need the instructions. It is that easy to do this kit. Didn't even use the instructions. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Just deconstruct everything, make sure you save every single bolt, and then put it back together. It's pretty simple. I mean, if you do need instructions, they're there for you. And to be honest with you, I'm sure they're pretty good. I do like FoxAlien's instructions a lot. They are basically pictures, picture by picture. It shows everything that you need. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it shows you everything. super, super nice instructions if you need them. But I'm going to be honest with you, this thing was so easy to do that I didn't even need instructions. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing wired up. I'm going to put my spindle back on and then we'll be good. Probably going to do that first. Let's get the spindle on. All right, guys, that is it. That is the build. Check this out. I stopped the clock and right there, 1 hour and 36 minutes exactly to go ahead and do this build. It was really, really easy. To be honest with you, I didn't even use the instructions. I just went ahead and I just did it by sight. I kind of remembered how these machines go together. So for me, it was actually pretty easy. And I would guarantee that for you, it would be pretty easy as well. But went ahead and got it together and it is super awesome. So what we're gonna do is, you can see right here, what I did was with this, I just have it hanging on this and I don't like that at all. So I do have, I think, a perfect little mini shelf upstairs in my garage, just a little tiny white shelf. I think I'm gonna go ahead and mount that so that that controller box will just mount directly behind that and get out of the way. The only downfall is now I don't have a space for my computer, my laptop right here. So I'm gonna have to have a little desk or something like that that will sit on right next to when I'm doing my cuts, but that's no big deal. I might actually be able to build something right here that sticks out, but I don't know at all about that. But let me go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and get that shelf put on real quick. All right, guys, check this thing out. I got it all set. I went ahead and put this little mini shelf that I had in the garage up on the back wall to put the controller, and I think it turned out pretty awesome. What I'm gonna do is let's go ahead and turn around the camera and let's do a little tour of this FoxAlien 8040 now, which is my biggest, most largest CNC that I have at the moment. I did have a NemoLab 6040, but with this machine now, I have an 8040 that I'm gonna do a project on, which I've kind of been wanting to do a large scale flag, American flag, so I think that's what we're gonna do. The very first project I'm gonna do is an American flag, go figure, on this machine, and I think it's gonna be awesome. It's not gonna be one of these little tiny American flags. It's gonna be a nice big American flag. So, all right, with that being said, let's turn the camera around and do a little tour. All right, guys, check this thing out. It has the full linear rails on the X-axis right here. I don't have the Y-axis linear rail kit, but I think that might be an upgrade in the very near future. I still have the 400 watt spindle on this machine. I have not upgraded it to a full-size spindle like the Makita or the Bauer router. I find that this one's nice and quiet. It does the job. So yeah, and then back here we have, of course, the relay switch, the FoxAlien relay switch, which is then connected into this machine, as well as the HFS 800, which is their proprietary vacuum system, which has a tunnel system up here, which is a dust separator. And if you've not seen my video on this, you must check it out. It's pretty awesome. And then as well as the relay, this FoxAlien relay basically connects and completes this system into one whole working system. The minute that I hit send, it turns on the spindle and it also turns on. So this is all actually in the on position right now. It's ready to go. So if I had a file in it and hit send, that relay switch kicks on the vacuum system, which then kicks on the spindle. And it is absolutely amazing because I don't have to basically press anything to turn any of these on. It is automatic. But yes, this thing is absolutely awesome. It has the upgraded T-track rails with the wasteboard. I'm gonna go ahead and put a fake wasteboard on this, like a spoil board. What I think I'm gonna do is measure out strips and just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strips straight down. That way I can use the T-track as well as the tape down method, and I'm gonna measure so that those T-tracks, it's gonna hang just a little bit on the outside of that, and that way I have as much surface space for the tape and glue method. But yeah, this thing is absolutely amazing. Again, took me 1.5 hours, 1 hour and 36 minutes to build this thing from start to finish. And just check this thing out, super, super awesome. Fits on this perfectly. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and measure this out from front to back. You definitely need to make sure that you're giving yourself some space for those NEMA motors. So I recommend, if you're gonna have a bench for this, to have it about 32 inches, which in my workshop in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna build a full L-shaped desk to support multiple machines. But this one is gonna be 32 inches deep. And then you need to have a little bit of extra for your belts as well to hang over. So let's go ahead and do something about that. And then right here, I would say, just to be safe, give yourself about 48 inches. Actually, we'll go a little bit further. About 51 inches. I would say give yourself 32 inches by 51 inches of bench space just for this machine to give you a little bit of extra space either direction. Other than that, you might start getting a little bit tight for space. But with that being said, let's go ahead, and I think what I'm going to do is get a piece of pine that I have. We're going to set it down, and I'm going to go ahead and design and get an American flag in here, and let's cut out my first cut. Let's do it. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I got my American flag cut file, SVG, in Easel Pro. Let's go ahead and get this piece taped down and get the bit changed. And I'm going really slow. I'm not moving super fast or anything like that. I'm just gonna let it do its job with this 400-watt motor. So let's go ahead and get the bit changed and get this all started. And then we're gonna go ahead and try, see how it does. So here we go. All right, guys, now that you've seen the unboxing and me setting up this machine, I'm going to talk about just a couple things, the good, the bad, and then the ugly for this machine. The ugly is really has to do with me. So it has nothing to do with the machine itself. We're gonna talk about the good and the bad. So let's start off with the good. The good about this kit is it is extremely easy to put together. It took me about 1 hour and 36 minutes from start to finish to disassemble and to reassemble. Now, I opened up the instructions at the very end of me actually building this, and I didn't even need the instructions. It was that easy. It's extremely self-explanatory. If you've never built a machine before and this is your first time, I highly recommend you paying attention to the instructions, but I will tell you it is extremely easy to build. If you have built a machine, I will guarantee you that you probably won't need the instructions. You just need to make sure that you keep every single nut and bolt in a safe place, because you will reuse those in the build. It does not send you extra bolts. The only thing it sends you bolts for is for the new hybrid wasteboard. So make sure you don't lose your bolts. Obviously, the next good is the size. It is now extended to 800 millimeters by 400 millimeters. It is double the size. I made this American flag. It was my first go around at ever making something this big. I usually do a lot of small making. I don't do a lot of big designs or anything like that. So this was my very first one, and mistakes were made while making this flag. That is on me. That is not on FoxAlien. Now, I do not have the linear rails on the Y-axis. I only have linear rails now on the Z-axis, which is another plus. It comes with already linear rails on the on the X. Well, it does have Z-axis linear rails, but it has linear axis rails now on my X-axis, but not on my Y-axis. That is going to be in another upgrade, potentially in a later video. I'll make this machine the ultimate 80/40 machine at a later time, and hopefully even be upgrading the spindles to something pretty amazing. The bad is the instructions. When they send you the instructions, they don't give you the new commands, the $$ commands that you need to have this machine run right. So there is a part in the video where my brain automatically, I thought that you just put it all together and turn it on and you're good to go, just expand out your space. It doesn't work that way. You have to upgrade your $ commands, which is I think your 101, your 102, 100, 101, and 102 command. You have to change those commands. What I'm gonna do is I will put a link in the description to FoxAlien, and I will even put at the very end of this video a screenshot for about 20 seconds. So if you need those, just scroll all the way to the back of the video and I will have a screenshot of the commands that you need for this machine to work correctly. Was trying everything to get this machine to work, come to realize the commands were not correct. So they did not include that into the instructions. That is bad. They, I guess, forgot. But they're going to, I think, in the very near future, they're gonna upgrade their instructions. So as of this video, there are no instructions on the commands, so I had to contact FoxAlien direct to get those commands. I will make a quick short video about that, and at the end of this video, I will put those correct coordinates at the end so that you can make your machine work correctly. So again, I don't know how they forgot to put the commands that you need to make this machine work, but if you do not have that, this machine will go all sorts of crazy on you and it just won't cut anything correct. As a matter of fact, there it is right there. My circles, my 5-inch circles, were cutting 2.5-inch ovals. So yeah, you gotta make sure you have that. And if you're a newbie and if you're a beginner and you've never done this, this will actually drive you crazy. Obviously, if you're professional and you know what you're doing, this might not have been such a big deal. And last, let's talk about the ugly. The project that I did was a complete, it was awesome actually. I like doing it. It was my first American flag. I wanted to do a large American flag for my wall. So I made this, and check it out. This is not even as big as this will do. This is the largest piece of wood that I had, and I could have actually gone about this bit much bigger. It's easier just to show like that. By about 4 inches on each side, I could have made an even larger flag. And let me tell you something, I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm gonna make a lot more. Now, the one thing that I did wrong, the ugly, was 2 things. Number 1, my bit, I was using the 1/4 inch upcut bit when I absolutely should have been using the 1/4 inch downcut bit to make that better. And as a matter of fact, what I should have done is done this in 2 separate files. And my stars, I should have had that with a 1/8 inch bit. It would have taken a lot longer and just not such an aggressive cut. I was actually cutting at 2mm. I wanted this to be done in one pass, and it worked. But a lot of these little corners of the stars, some of them were good. This whole run right here, I don't know what it was, piece of this plank, the tip of the stars just came right off. Not a big deal. This is just gonna go up in the shop somewhere. It's gonna be my first one. I'm pretty proud of how this thing turned out, but I will do another project very soon on this where I'm gonna do a full epoxy pour and how to make sure that that doesn't happen. I know in my head what I need to do, so stay tuned to that video because I know that I can make a much, much better product. And we will be selling these at our new craft booth, or whatever you want to call it. It's a craft booth, I guess, that we're going to be doing locally. So I got some pretty awesome makes to show and do some videos on, so stay tuned for that as well. The biggest mistake that I made was while burning this, you can't tell, it wasn't on camera, I burnt my hand pretty good, and yeah, that was pretty ugly. I really wasn't thinking. I did the burning and I did all that and I got it all done. I came into my workshop and I put down my American flag like this and I said, I need to go get the, let me show you. I had my torch, which if you are interested in this, I will have a link in the description below. It is to my Amazon affiliate account, as well as the XE Pro and all that good stuff. There will be links down below. But long story short, I had this setting down in the sun and I said, you know what? I need to go make sure I want to get this out of the sun. So not thinking, I immediately ran outside. Okay, it's cool now. I'm almost afraid. I went and I grabbed this like an idiot. I wasn't thinking. I just grabbed it, and the second I did that, I knew a mistake was made. Long story short, be careful what you're grabbing onto when you're grabbing your torch. Don't grab the end. My brain was just so much into how I actually liked this project and how for the first time I was so excited. My brain wasn't thinking what I was doing. And right now, all of this from my index finger to my thumb, can't really tell. It's really not that bad looking, but I can feel like pins and needles. So waiting for that to swell up. But yeah, I can honestly say I love this machine. First and foremost, I love that I can actually do large projects now. The only thing is I wish that it was a little bit longer because then I could do something much bigger, but you can also do tiling. So what I use is Easel Pro, and tiling is an option. So I might do a video too, as well as that coming in the near future about tiling. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. But yeah, I just want to thank FoxAlien for letting me do this video for them. I really do love this entire machine, the HFS 800, as well as the relay. It all works seamlessly. It's an amazing product. I will put links down in the description below if you are interested. All right, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Put a comment down below. I reply back to all of my comments. Tell me what you think if you have this machine, if you have any questions. And also you can check us out on our Facebook page, which is the FoxAlien user group. A lot of good guys on there that can help you out if you are having troubles with your FoxAlien. Super, super awesome people down there. Check that Facebook. I'll actually put a link in that too. I'll probably actually put a link in that all of my FoxAlien videos. So if you're interested, you can go down there and ask a lot of questions too. So, all right, guys, again, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until that next video, make sure y'all do one thing, stay awesome. Bye.